everyone, welcome to another episode of Coffee, Homes and Loans, and we have Amber Romero with us.
Hello.
Yes, and Amber came to have some coffee with us, and we were just talking about investment properties, where we want to buy an investment property. We were thinking a few different trendy places around the West Coast and also the Midwest, right?
Yeah, the Midwest as well. So
yeah.
A few different options, and also like how the property type plays into an investment property as well.
Yeah. And so we wanted to share that information with you because a lot of people say, I'm going to buy an investment property, I'm going to Airbnb it, and I'm going to make thousands of dollars per month, but it's not quite that simple.
No, there's a lot of things to take into consideration, not only what type of property it is, but also you have to consider other things like financing and also if there's an HOA and things like that.
Yeah, so today we're going to talk about condos and townhomes, which tend to be your most affordable if it's going to be your first investment property, so you don't spend all your money the first time and kind of start building a little bit of a return on investment.
Yep.
So Amber, tell me, what is the main difference between a condominium and a townhome?
The main difference between a condo and a townhouse is a townhouse is treated like a single family home, but you just have a shared wall. Versus a condo, you don't own the actual land, you just own the four walls in.
Yes, and also insurance is different. Again, on a townhome, your homeowners insurance is going to cover the property and essentially the land, but on a condo is walls in, correct?
Yeah. So typically on a condo too, they take care of your roof for you. That's one of the big differences. But typically with a condo too, you're going to have an HOA. Townhouses, it can kind of vary depending on the area you're in. If you're in the Las Vegas area, we're locally, most likely you're going to have an HOA as well.
Yeah, and also on a condominium, the HOA is going to control a lot of the occupancy type of rules, right?
Yes, occupancy, whether you can have renters or not. They also take care of landscaping typically, but the HOA fees tend to be higher on a condo than it would be on a townhouse.
Yeah. So let's say you have decided to buy an investment property and you're buying a condominium. Now we get into the financing aspect of things.
Yes.
So if you are gonna put it as an investment property, you're gonna wanna try to do a conventional loan. But then what comes with that conventional loan?
I would say, well, when you're looking to buying a condo, especially as an investment property or even as a primary, you also have to, before you even want to make an offer, you have to make sure that the condo is warrantable or non-warrantable. So make sure that's an approved condo list. That makes it basically just to make your financing go a lot smoother. Sometimes it happens, clients make an offer. I had this not too long ago. Client made an offer on a condo. They didn't tell me. We got what's called a condo questionnaire. And essentially there's a lot of moving pieces of the puzzle, but when financing like a conventional loan, the investor or the lender, we want to make sure that there's not so many investments or so many one person owns so many units in that complex, because then the liquidity becomes questionable. Does that make sense?
Yes, and also the control over the HOA and what they can control based on the occupancy and things like that.
And their budget to make sure that they are in debt or they have things paid off or they have a huge lawsuit. I've had that happen before. They were they were going through a huge lawsuit and couldn't get financing at the time. Yeah. So there's a lot more that goes in a condo. Not say it's not, you can get it done, but there's a lot more hoops to jump through versus a townhouse is just treated like a single family home.
Yeah, exactly. So you want to know that if you're looking at those type of properties, make sure that you have financing in place. If you were to occupy the condominium as your primary residence, the condominium project, basically the apartment complex, needs to be approved by FHA and VA, depending on the loan that you are going to have. So they have to go through all the checks to make sure that those two government agencies will back up the type of property. And on a conventional loan, you're just gonna have to do a questionnaire and look at lawsuit. One of the most common lawsuits here in Las Vegas because of the crash back in 2008 was that a lot of the HOAs foreclose on the condominium properties. And so they have wrongful foreclosure type of lawsuits. And that is one of the hardest ones to overcome. And that's where we go to our extended product list for loans, where we can get almost like a private investor to lend you the money to buy the condominium, even with having those lawsuits in place. That's why the high rises are difficult, because so many of them have gone into bankruptcy. They have had issues they're upside down on their mortgages.
Yeah.
So your Fannie and Freddie Mac won't be able to finance it.
No, exactly. And like here locally, we do have high-rise condos as well, which are great options. And every one of them is different. Some of them do allow to Airbnb rentals. Some of them is more have a private Airbnb type rental services. Some of them you can get financing on. Some of them are just you can't, and you just have to either buy cash or rent one. So they all kind of depend on the individual HOA and the individual condo.
Yeah, and I have sometimes clients that come over and they want to occupy a condominium as their vacation home, but they want it to be on the strip, and they want to have the butler service and the and the type of what is the people that park your cars?
Valet.
The valet. The valet service says the state-of-the-art gym and spa within.
Yeah, there's a few of those on the strip, but not a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a very few of them. So, and therefore, because there are so few of them, when one becomes available, they have a lot of buyers. So, on an investment side of things, if you were able to obtain one of those and you're getting ready to sell, there's not going to be shortage of buyers because people are looking for that lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and the next one, we're going to explain a little bit more about single family residence, manufacture, when it's attached and when it's not attached, and also what type of financing we can do with land when you're trying to build your custom homes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, see you next
episode.